Guys, Dave Sells, the Bearded Bee Man with BA Springs Woodenware and Bee Supply. I want to thank Jay Williams with Williams Honey Farm for having us on Beekeeping in the Basement tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have a basement, so we thought we'd just shoot this right here in the showroom floor. And today, Jay's asked me to cover beginning beekeeping supplies. These are the basics that you're going to need just to get your apiary up and off the ground. So I've reverse stacked a hive here, and a hive is obviously one thing that you're going to need. You're going to need at least one. We always recommend that a new beekeeper starts with two, but you're going to need at least one. This is an 8-frame medium hive that I'm going to go through here with you this morning. Jay and I both are 8-frame people. We love 8-frame mediums. It's all that we use. It's really lightweight. It's easier to deal with. And then once you get all that honey packed in there that you're going to get year two, these boxes are easier to handle once they're full of honey. So I'm going to go through this with you real quickly here. So the first component of your hive is going to be a bottom board. This is a screen bottom board with a mite tray slide out that we have here. This is going to go on the bottom of your stack. You'll need an entrance reducer that you'll be able to use once you start this up. I always start with the smallest hole here, and then once they get a good traffic jam going, I go to the next largest hole. I always put that entrance over on the left-hand side, and that's how I start there with that entrance reducer. The next thing you're going to need are your hive bodies. Now, people call these a lot of different things. At the end of the day, they're hive bodies. This can be a brood chamber, it can be a honey super, it can be an Illinois. People call them a lot of different things, but if you call them hive bodies, we'll all be on the same page. This is an 8-frame medium hive body. Whether you use this as a honey super or a brood chamber does not matter. It's an 8-frame medium hive body. So you'll have a minimum of 3 hive bodies that you'll want to get started with. Now, you're not going to put on all these at the same time. You're going to start with one, and Jay's going to go over package and nuke install with you in the coming videos. So he's going to go over that. But you'll have your hive bodies with frames and foundation. Foundation of your choice. You can either go with the wax wired foundation like this one here, or you can go with the plasticell foundation like these here. Either way, either one of these works just fine. It's really just personal preference. So on this hive, like I said, this kit comes with 3 because that's what you're going to need to really get rolling year one. So I'll go ahead and stack all these for you just so you can see them stacked up there. All of our hives are built with eastern white pine and eco wood treated so that you don't have to paint them if you don't want to. So the next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to feed your bees, right? So we recommend this in-hive feeder that we build here. We have several to choose from. You can see we have the jar feeders. We have the plastic in-hive feeders. We also have the Boardmans that you see a lot of times that go into the front entry. I'm not an entry feeder fan. I really like to in-hive feed all my bees just to keep down on robbing. And this one works really well, and it comes with our full kits when you get a full kit. So all this just stacks on top of one another just like this. Your next piece that you're going to have is going to be your inner cover. These come in a solid inner cover like the one you see here with a screen over here, or you can get these in a full screened inner cover also. We have both in stock. That's going to go right on top of your feeder. And your next and final piece is your outer cover. So this is a wooden outer cover with a metal lid on top just to protect it from the elements. It is a telescoping outer cover, and the reason that they call it that is because it does move left, right, and front and back. It allows that to be able to vent the hive in the notch of the inner cover. And we'll go over that in later times when we get more depth into the woodenware. But this is your basic hive package that you need to get started with. And like I said, Jay's going to cover the package install and the nuke install. And so he's going to show you exactly how you want to start with this and get moving. So make sure you stay watching the videos. So let's talk about protective equipment. The bare minimum that we always suggest is make sure you protect your eyes. The straw hat veil is a great way to do that. It's a very inexpensive item, and you can protect your eyes with it. It does leave the rest of your body vulnerable, obviously. If you want to step up to the next level of protection, we have the ventilated jackets, and then we also have the full ventilated suits. Both these are great. I highly recommend the ventilated jacket. That's what I wear. Full suit sometimes gets a little bit hotter and a little itchy just because it's all over you. But the jacket works really well. So the next thing you're going to need, just a basic tool, is going to be your hive tool. So it comes in different kinds, but the basic one is this one right here. Real inexpensive tool. You're going to need a bunch of them because you're going to lose these. You'll find them with the lawnmower, but you will lose these, so I always suggest you have a couple. This is a basic hive tool. They also make the J-hook tool and then what we call the KW tool. There's several different ones out there. Some of them are painted, some of them are basic stainless like this right here, but that's going to be the next tool that you've got to have in your toolbox. It's highly recommended that you have a bee brush. All of these tools you can get from several different places. You can get them from us, you can find things on Amazon, you can find things anywhere. Just make sure you're buying quality tools. Just like with the bee brush, most of the ones that you see on Amazon, these bristles right here are made from horsehair. Well, they absolutely hate horsehair and any kind of animal hair, animal hide, so it's not a good idea. This is a nylon bee brush. These bristles are made out of nylon, so it doesn't affect the bees. The last and final thing that you absolutely have to have is a smoker. So this smoker right here is going to be used when you go into your bees. Obviously not the first time out, but from there on you're going to love having a smoker. It's going to do several things, and we're going to cover smokers, how to light a smoker, how to keep it going, and what it does for you in future episodes. So make sure you keep watching. After the tools that we've already covered, a few things that you're going to need is, number one recommendation that we have is Honeybee Healthy. This is the original formula. I always suggest that people start out with this. It's very easy to follow the directions on the back here. This runs about $25 for a bottle, but it's going to last you quite a while if you're running 1 to 2 hives. I highly recommend this. It is going to make your bees thrive. It's a feeding stimulant. It gets mixed in with your 1-to-1 sugar water, and it works amazingly. Another thing that Jay is going to touch on several times in the future is going to be the varroa mite. So this is the Easy Check cup right here for checking for varroa mites. This is going to how you check your percentages and know what your percentage of varroa mites versus your percentage of your colony is going to look like. So this is a tool that you're going to want to have in your toolbox. It's a $20 tool, but in the future, this right here is going to save your colonies. All right, guys, so this is everything that you're going to need as a beginner beekeeper to get your apiary up and off the ground. These are the items that we suggest. We stock them here all the time for you. We're happy to help you with anything you need. One more time, I'd like to thank Jay Williams for having us tonight in Beekeeping in the Basement, and I look forward to meeting all of you in the future.